Over the past 10 years, I've created 1,215 long-form videos across 3 YouTube channels, built a strong presence on Instagram and TikTok, launched both online and offline products, and grown an amazing team of producers, editors, and managers, all working together to turn my passion into a $34 million business. In this video, I'm going to walk you through my journey of building a successful creator business. I'm going to tell you where the 34 million comes from and how it was calculated. And I'll share 5 key things I've learned along the way so you can build a media empire, so you can build a business utilizing this amazing algorithm that provides you free traffic, free leads, everything free if you make the right content. My mindset is there is enough attention for everyone. And one of the things that I learned along the way is that mindset is everything. And if your mindset is like, oh, and I actually had this mindset when I was just starting my journey, like I'm not going to share any tips or tricks about YouTube because they're going to take away my viewership. We're competing with everyone. A lot of my income growth actually happened from changing my mindset to, there's enough attention for everyone. There's so much money in the world. And I want you to utilize the same mindset, because only with this mindset, you can go ahead and start sharing the knowledge, start sharing messages that you want to spread, because this is how you build your own career in the creator economy. You know what my first video was about? It was about GMAT. That video idea didn't come from analyzing the market. It didn't come from trying to calculate where the highest CPMs are. It came from my passion. And that's the lesson number 1. You need to build a business. You need to create content around your passion, because that's the only thing that's going to work. And growing a personal brand online is a long-term project. You wouldn't be able to make over 1,000 videos just because you're just following all the trends. And I know TikTok is an app that was built on following trends, but unfortunately, that path is not sustainable. And you should create content about things that really light a fire in your eye. And those things can change. A lot of people are like, oh, if I start talking about this now and I lose my passion in 2 months, then I will have to abandon my creator career. I started talking about GMAT. And throughout my career, I did so many things: car reviews, fashion, dance, sing. I tried so many things, and that's okay. Now let's talk about something that can help you build your own brand or business. When I first started creating content and building businesses, launching a professional website felt like a huge time-consuming task. We had to hire an agency. We had to hire someone who would manage the whole website. I had to write all the text myself. I had to source designs. I remember taking Louis Vuitton website as an inspiration. But in 2025, you can skip the stress and technical headaches entirely thanks to today's sponsor. Durable is an AI-powered website builder that can create a complete professional website for you in just 30 seconds. And I know that sounds almost too good to be true, but let me show you exactly how it works. First, you answer 3 simple questions, like the kind of business you're starting, and then Durable does its magic. In 30 seconds, you have a fully designed website that looks sleek, modern, and ready to go. You can customize colors, upload your own images, and even use their built-in brand builder to create a logo. For freelancers, entrepreneurs, and creative, Durable takes the technical headaches out of building a website so you can focus on what you do best: running your business. Use my link in the description to try Durable for free. And when you're ready to publish your site, use my code MARINA30 for 30% off your first 3 months on any plan. Number 2, really asking yourself every single day, before you do every single task, is this my strength? So what I have now, I have like a note with my to-do list, and it ends with a phrase. It says, are you applying your skills where you get the highest returns? Ask this every time you're starting something. Like you're about to clean your house. Are you applying your skills where you get the highest returns? So maybe it's time to delegate this. Or not even do it. Sometimes we're like, oh, I need to clean my house instead of working. But do you really? And when it comes to content creation, as you develop your channel, pay attention to aspects of video creation that you enjoy the most and which ones you find least interesting. For example, editing was always my least favorite part. I know there are creators who say like, oh, I have to edit everything myself. That's not me. And understanding what's you and what's not you is crucial here. I spent hours learning how to edit and improve my videos, but eventually I realized that it wasn't where my strengths were, so I just hired an editor. This saved me time and allowed me to focus on my strengths: being in front of the camera, generating ideas, creating products, hiring a team. So the lesson is, there are so many people around you who would say like, oh no, you have to do this. Oh no, you have to do that. By asking yourself this question, am I applying my skills to where my strengths are? Am I spending time on what brings me the most value? Once you start asking yourself this question, it's going to become easier and easier for you to delegate more things or even to give up some things. And also because it's so important to create as much content as possible, whether you're growing, whether you're just starting out, because this is how you iterate through ideas quicker. And you have to be persistent. And if you're doing things that you're not enjoying, you can't be persistent. You're just gonna burn out. Let's talk about burnout. I'm a workaholic. When people talked about burnout, I was like, you guys are just lazy. Until I experienced a burnout in 2023. I thought I was gonna end my YouTube career. I was so tired of making videos, and the only thing I could do is to take a break. First, I took a break from making shorts, then I took a break from making videos at all for 2 months. And that was the only way for me to come back and bring my creativity back. And the same happens to my business. Like in my business journey, I'm always like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. Like I need to stop right now. There's always the risk of burnout, boredom, and stagnation. And because our career as creators, we're dependent on our creativity, which is the first thing to die. For example, if you are tired of some topic and you no longer want to create content about it, but people see you as this person who's talking about that, like whatever, go ahead and do something else. Find a format within your topic that's exciting. For example, I've been telling you many times that I've been talking about English on my channel for over 10 years now. 10 years. Like I'm not an English teacher. I don't want to do those videos like teaching people tenses. I don't really want to explain like complex grammar topics, but I love talking about brand names pronunciation. I love talking about American accent. And these things evolve with me. So it's okay to outgrow the topics you started with. Over time, you might feel like you're no longer excited by the content you're creating, and that's a part of the natural process. I started my Marina Mogilko channel, which is a Russian vlogging channel, with videos on English exams. And I started filming vlogs. Then I started to realize English has to be a separate topic, so I started another channel. But then I became interested in investment. You know, every time I started something new, people were like, oh, you want to be everywhere. Oh, YouTube, please stop recommending her. But in retrospect, I realized I gained so many new followers. I met amazing friends. I got so many opportunities because I was able to follow my passion. And when a passion changed, I followed another passion. And that's totally fine. And that's actually one of the key learnings of 2024. If you want to start a new project, which is not based on your current strengths and skills, it is fine. Go ahead and start it. You don't have to force yourself to stay in the cage of your skills. You can say that, if you can say that. And most of the times, because we really seek genuine people online, this creativity and curiosity is going to lead you. My curiosity about different topics led me to creating 2 more channels, right? Lingua Marina and this channel, Silicon Valley Girl, which is my best performing channel in terms of the people I meet, in terms of brands I get to work with, in terms of the opportunities it creates. And here we are. You're watching this video because I decided that I'm much more than just a girl who immigrated to an English-speaking country and she's sharing her journey about learning English. So basically, you start with a niche, you build your audience, you establish yourself as an expert in one area, but when you're ready to expand, you gradually do it by introducing new topics. But also, as you start growing, keep in mind that you'll need to hire more people. And I know for a lot of creators, like people in general, it's so hard to start hiring, but you just have to do it. You just have to make all of the mistakes in the world, go through people leaving your company abruptly. I had this, I think the most horrible thing that ever happened to me with hiring was when I hired a group leader for a group that was supposed to go to Finland, like group of kids, and we did all the screenings for her and everything, and she was set to go. And 6 hours before the bus was supposed to depart, she calls me and says like, hey, I can't go. And I had like 12 kids who she was supposed to be with. And so in 6 hours, I was able to find another group leader who was able to take on more kids, who was pre-screened, had a visa and everything. But I was ready to go myself. Like those things are gonna happen, and it's fine. This is how you grow. And that's the way for you to scale, and a way to prevent burnout as well, because you're going to delegate things that you don't like. Okay, let's talk about the valuation. Let's talk about the 34 million. It's just exciting, the world that we live in. So I became the first creator to raise a venture round. Basically, I put all of my creativity in an LLC. It sounds a little bit crazy, but anything that's connected with my creator career is put in an LLC. And I sold 5% of that LLC for 1.7 million. So basically, investors own part of my future creativity's income. And for me, that means I have freedom to invest. For me, that means I have freedom to start new businesses. And I have a safety net. So for me, it's like a cash out, because in a typical company, you can cash out, you're in Series A, Series B to buy a house. With a creator career, you either take all the cash for yourself, but you want your business to grow. So it's like it gets harder to cash out. So for me, this was a cash out. And because I sold 5% for 1.7 million, the valuation of my creativity was $34 million. So basically, Soul Ventures, my investors, they focus on funding creators instead of funding companies. I know they've raised a much bigger round to invest in creators in 2025. And the idea is simple. When you're young and you're a creator, you have time, you have energy, you have ideas, but you lack the funds to bring them to life. With this model, they provided upfront capital in exchange for a percentage of my income over time. And it's basically like borrowing from my future self to invest in my present. And I feel like there are so many opportunities opening up for creators. And if you're a creator thinking like, hey, I want to build a media empire, then there's one thing you need to learn. You need to learn how to build businesses around your media presence. So it's not just about making AdSense income. It's not just about making affiliate income. It's about like, hey, why don't I start my own, I don't know if you're in the finance industry, why don't I start my creator bank? Like, why don't I try this? And iterating through ideas. And what investors are looking for is your business mindset. So what you basically need to see, you need to see yourself as a business. And it also helps me psychologically. Sometimes I'm like, okay, Marina, you're an artist, you're in front of the camera, or an actor, whatever you call yourself. You're also a producer, because you need to think about like what's going to perform and what's not going to perform. And you're also an entrepreneur. You have to think about scaling yourself. And since you are the main product, you need to find new ways to showcase who you are and what you stand for. And so basically, you are the product of your business. So think about yourself as a product, but also all of the management team around that. That really helps me, especially when things go south or I get hate online. I'm like, okay, Marina the artist, Marina the creator, let's switch you off for a while. Let's talk with Marina the producer, like what are we gonna do? How do we see our future? What's gonna happen in 5 years? I currently have 19 sources of income, and I made a video about it and you can watch it. But I truly believe that I'm able to build something that can be worth $100 million or more and eventually sell that company. I'm still figuring out exactly what it will look like, but the lesson I've learned is simple. See yourself as a business. If you want to scale your creator career, don't be afraid to seek out investment. Don't be afraid to launch products. And remember that it's all about iterations and trying and testing new ideas. I met so many founders who tested over 10 ideas, and their 11th or 12th idea became $1 billion company. So you have to be persistent. The last takeaway for this video is about reinventing yourself. I briefly mentioned following your curiosity and not just solely relying on your results that you already have. Because when you have an income, it's easy to increase it by 20-30%. You just do more of what you're doing, you find new opportunities. But if you want to grow 5x, 10x, you have to come up with something new. And that lies across the border from what you've been doing. But this mindset of like, I'm changing things constantly, I'm not sticking to one thing. When it comes to a public person, you can't be the same. Like if you're the same for years, people just get bored. So the thing is, you have to reinvent yourself by following your curiosity. And so what I do, I'm constantly looking at other people, what they're doing, what I like about them. Started my career, Silicon Valley Girl channel, admiring Gary Vee. I still like him, but I don't necessarily follow his strategy because this hustle culture is not applicable to a mom of 2 small kids. I have new role models now. I guess I have a new role model every year because every year I want to add something to this product, Marina. I'm focusing on singing, acting. I want to add the acting part to myself in 2025. I just hired a vocal coach. I just hired a stylist. I need to add the celebrity part to Marina. And it's a process and it's exciting. And I'm learning this just by watching others and kind of borrowing things from them. And change always comes with people disagreeing with you and like mocking you for doing things. But again, as a person who's done that so many times, like I remember when I first started talking about investing in 2020, sharing my journey, I remember mean comments saying like, oh, if a person as dumb as Marina, something like that, started investing, then it means it's time to exit the market. 'Cause there's the saying, if like a housewife starts investing, that means that the market is peaking and there's a bubble. Like people told me that. Guess what? 4 years later, my portfolio is doing great and I'm great. I started doing that and sharing my knowledge, and I did not give up because of those comments. And these days, I'm more confident in embracing new interest, and my audience is responding positively. And the truth is, reinvention is one of the best ways to avoid burnout. So here are the lessons I learned on my journey from creating videos in my bedroom to building a $34 million business across social media. I hope this helps and I hope that's inspiring for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon in my next videos. Please subscribe to Silicon Valley Girl. Bye!